Welcome back, Flutter developers. In today's video, we are diving into the powerful and versatile Stack Widget. If we ever needed to overlay widgets or create layered design, this widget is for you. Let's explore how it works. The Stack Widget in Flutter allows you to layer widgets on top of each other, much like stacking physical objects. Imagine stacking plates or book, each items lying on top of one another. In a digital sense, this stacking happens on the z-axis, which refers to the depth or elevation of items in a 2D space. This makes it perfect for creating visually dynamic and interactive UIs, such as overlays, labels on images, or layered animation. Let's start with a simple example of a stack widget. On my screen, I have my void main method and my run app method, which takes a stateless widget, my app, and I have my material app returned and scaffold. Inside my scaffold, I'm going to add the body. So I have the stack widget, which is going to take, if you hover on it, you can see that it's going to take a list of widgets. So it's going to take children, which will be a list of widgets. So we're going to have children, and then we're going to provide a list of widgets that we want to stack on each other. So let me use row and column for example. For row, you have widgets that are aligned horizontally, and for column, you have widgets that are aligned vertically. But for stack, you have children that are stacked on each other. So let's say, let me show an example. So let's say we have a container, and then let's give it a color. Call it colors dot blue. Yeah. And let's give it an height of 200 pixels and width of 200 pixels also. And then let's just copy this and let's copy this and paste it here. So let's change this. Let's give this a shade of say 400, and then let's make this 100 and 100 and save this. So you can see that we have two containers. The first one is the 200 pixel, and the next one, let me make this 200. Yeah, so you can see that the first one is 200, and then on top of the first one, we have the second one, which is 100 by 100. So the first widget on the list of your widget list is going to be the first one that will be on the ground. Then the next one will be on top of it. Then if I had another one like this now, I say copy this and let me paste this here, and then I'm going to make this 50 by 50, and then I'm going to change the color to red this time around, and let's save this. So you can see that the next widget on the list of widget list is this red, and it's on top of the second one. So if let me remove this, and let me place it as the first widget on my, let me add comma here, and let's see this. So this has gone underground because this one will now be the first widget, followed by this and this one. So in this example, we use the stack widget to overlay the small red square on top of the larger blue square. So let's look at another thing we can do with our stack widget. We can add alignment to this. So you can come here and say alignment, and then we give it alignment dots. You can say alignment dot center. So when I use the center, I want all the widgets to be at the center. So if I save this now, so you can see that all the widgets are aligned to the center. But from center, we can say dot bottom left. Yeah, so you can play around with. So once you type dot, you can see whatever position you want to align to. And if you don't want to be this specific with the position you want to align it to, you can just use this, and then this is going to take two value, is going to take the first one is going to be you can use 1, let's say -1, and then you can say another -1. So if I let me add constant here, and if I save this now, so -1 for x-axis and -1 for y-axis is at the top here. So if I use 1 1 and I save it, it's going to be here. And if I use 0, I use 0 0, it's going to be at the center. So also you can use 0.64, and then you can make this maybe 0.45, and let's save this. So that's the advantage of using this double number is that you can easily position it around the base container. You can position the other widgets that are stuck on the base container. You can easily position it out wherever you want to position it at. So apart from the alignment, another thing you can do is that, let me remove this. Let me remove this for now. Then instead of using alignment, I can use the positioned widget. So I can come here and say I can wrap this my container with positioned widget. Yeah, and then I can give it this position widget is going to take left, top, right, bottom. So wherever I want it to be on top of the base widget, I can. So I can say top, from top. So that means from top to this other widget, I want to have 50 pixel, and then from left, I want to also have 50 pixel. So I can save this now. So from top to this is 50 pixel. From the left side to this is 50 pixel. Let me remove this. Let me make this 20 so as you can understand it better. So you can see from this left to this widget is 20 pixel. So another thing we can do with the stack widget is that we can use the stack widget for creating overlaying image. So assuming we have an image and we want to have an overlay text on that image, we can use the stack widget to do that. So I'm just going to simply remove this for now, and then so I'm going to use the image.network, and then I'm going to pass the URL of the image I want to display on my screen. So I'm just going to come here and then I'll paste the image URL. So and then I'm going to add a width, which is going to be 200, and then a height of 200. I want to place my image inside a square, and I want the square to be of width 200 and the height to be of height 200. Then I'm going to give it a fit and say box fits, and then dot cover. Yeah. So if you don't understand this, I have a separate tutorial on image widgets that explain this in detail. So I'm just going to add comma here and then format it. Yeah, save it. Yeah, so I have the image. I have my image displaying at the top left corner of my screen here. So I can do this to have an overlay on this image. I can come down here and then going to let's say I want to have a text on this. I can say I can use my text widget. Remember, it's this stack take list of widgets that we want to overlay on each other. So I want to overlay text on the image, so I can have my text widget here and I can give it a overlay. Let me just use overlay text, and then let me style it and give it a color. So I can say, give a color. Oh, sorry, I can say style and say text style, and then this takes color. Give it colors dot white, and let me add const here. Okay, before I add const, because I'm going to wrap this inside container so that I can give it a background color, and then I'm going to let me wrap this refactor and then wrap it in a container, and then let me just give this const here. Yeah, and then let me give it a color, the background, the container. Let me give you a color, and then let me give you a color dots. Let me give you a colors dot black at 54. Yeah, and let's save this first. So we can see that on the top here we have our overlay text, which says overlay. Let me increase the font size so that we can see it. So I'm just going to come back and say font size. Let's give it let's use 20 pixel and save this. So you can see that we have our overlay text with a 20 pixel font size, and then that's a background color of black. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to position this text. So to do that, I can use the position widget. The positioned widget. I'm going to add this positioned, and then you can come here and say bottom. Bottom, I want to give 10 pixel, and then right, I want to give it 10 pixel. And let's save this. See, so yeah, you can see. So at the bottom, I gave it 10 pixel here, and then at the bottom here, I gave it 10 pixel. So this is how we can add overlaying text to our image. So in this example, the stack is used to overlay text on an image. The stack widget is an incredible, powerful tool in Flutter, allowing you to layer and position widgets dynamically. Whether you're designing overlays, custom layouts, or interactive UIs, the Stack widget is your go-to widget. Experiment with it and see what you can create. If you found this tutorial helpful, kindly like and share. You can drop your question in the comment section. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.